So, The Hunter, tell us why, and what is this all about?
It's a low-paced, highly realistic hunting game that is targeted at hardcore hunters as well as gamers who just love great games.
Tell us why should we get excited about The Hunter, and what's different about this game compared to other hunting games?
Well, I don't want to talk down anyone else. The thing is, though, that this is a hunting game that really has a AAA quality to it. We've really spent a lot of time on every aspect of the game, especially those things that people will be seeing a lot of. We have very realistic animal AI simulations. The graphics are astounding, the animations are great. The focus has been to try to make it accessible and also very deep. So if you're one of those people who like to go hunting, who really loves, their hardcore hunting games, you're going to find a lot to love here. Everything you expect, all different types of weapons, scopes, scopeless aiming works great. We simulate not only animal AI, but animal senses, vision, hearing, scent. So all that stuff is correct and in there. But almost more importantly is the fact that it's readily accessible for pretty much anyone. And gamers who just love great games can just, should I say, ignore the metaphor and the setting if they want to, and just play it as a great game.
Could you take us through like a typical hunting session and how you start out and what you do? Because it's a little bit different than the typical hunting game.
Yeah, so what we've done here is we've put a lot of focus on the tracking aspect of hunting because, again, don't want to talk anyone down, but a lot of hunting games primarily focus on the shooting of the animals. You walk around randomly, or you're told to go to a certain location where a certain animal is pretty much waiting for you to show up, and you just go there and you take the shot, and pretty much nothing more happens. And they focus a lot on content and stuff, and while impressive, that's not really as much part of the game as I'd like it to be. So what we do here in The Hunter is we make a big gameplay aspect of the tracking of the animals. We have our Hunter Mate gadget, which is, I hate to use the term revolutionary because it sounds pretentious, but it's very different. We have this device that actually works great to make the tracking gameplay work. So what happens is you'll be finding physical clues in the environment that you'll be identifying in part with help of your hunter mate. Taking the shot is a big thing. You're not going to down 10 animals in one session. It's not going to happen. It's a huge thing to track and kill an animal. But it's also very accessible. You always know what you're doing, why you're doing it, and what you're doing wrong, because animals will let you know, hey, I heard you, I saw you, I smell you.
Another big thing, maybe the biggest feature, I would say, to the game is the environment and how beautiful, natural, and dense it is. It's not at all like other hunting games in that it's so thick, the foliage, that you really have to come close to the animals.
Yeah, so that's been a challenge, of course. I mean, it's difficult for us to, on the one hand, say that we want to make a very realistic hunting game, and on the other hand, to have very few trees and oversized animals, just to make gameplay more easy. So we do have a few help systems in there for people who might feel that it's a bit off-putting to actually have real hunting. With no aid whatsoever. So we started with absolute realism and added the absolute minimum of aids. And I think we've hit the sweet spot, actually, and that's the thing. And as you say, the engine looks amazing, the game looks amazing, and we feel that it's important. Again, this is a low-paced hunting game. So if we felt like doing that, if we felt like having that low pace, but at the same time didn't go all the way with the production values, people would be bored easily. And this game will hopefully not bore anyone.
What kind of philosophy do you take to weapons? Is it like, will there be like typical hunting weapons, or will there be more weird weapons as well? And how will the player be able to access these?
Okay, so as far as weapons go, I understand the question. The problem is typical weapons is kind of subjective. Like the hunting community here in Sweden, for instance, I mean, they're pretty laid back and conservative, whereas in America you'll see some really outlandish stuff go on. a lot of people here in Sweden would probably just, you know, frown on the idea of pistol hunting in the first place, but in America they take it further still. They have their muzzle-loader rifles, and they have their bows and arrows and crossbow and all that stuff, and, you know, more power to them. It's just a game.
Look forward to it.
Thanks, man.
Thanks.